My director Sailesh was like, "Hey, our producer Nani is here to see you," and literally I turned and he was so warm and he was like, "Hey brother, welcome on board. We're so happy to have you."
Yeah.
Bollywood मैंने देखा है, but थोड़ा वो bubble हो जाता है. It can become a sort of a toxic bubble also. Young kids especially.
Sadly, with what
Yes.
Babu's going through as well.
I cried for him yesterday, man.
Oh, same.
I cried for the boy yesterday. I feel his pain.
Yeah.
He's the son of a legend.
So are you.
That's why I feel his pain. He's a son, and it's not just any actor. It's a legend. He passed on at a very, very crucial stage in Babil's life.
Yeah.
He was a teenager, I believe. That is when you need your parents. I chose this life. I chose this mother. I wanted these hardships. Before coming here, we made a deal that, okay, we live this life together.
Yeah.
But the deal was, no, you die. I suffer. I go through these hardships only because I don't want to come back here again. If
Yeah.
you know what I mean.
Yes, I do.
We don't want to do this again. सारे इंतहाम इस जन्म में दे दो.
Yeah.
दे दो इसी जन्म में, क्योंकि अगले जन्म वापस नहीं आना. अगले जन्म मुझे माँ के साथ पार्टी करना है. मुझे माँ नाना नानी के साथ पार्टी करना है. I was born Prateik. There was a custody battle for me. From my mother's side of the family and my father's side of the family. My mother's side won. And there was still back and forth. Surname kya hona chahiye? I don't want to be Patil. I don't want to be Babbar. I want to be just Prateik. I was bitter about my parents.
Also, I feel you were discovering.
I was discovering. I was also bitter about my parents. I'm like, I don't want to belong to them.
Yeah.
I don't want. They've only given me trauma my entire life. I don't want to belong to them. It's not like मैंने बब्बर छोड़ दिया. मैंने सिर्फ माँ का नाम बदला है.
Yeah.
I have only embraced her identity fully for me.
Yeah.
I'll tell you, Rajnikant, I was petrified because I was so starstruck. A person like Mr. Rajnikant sitting on a plastic chair. In between all the hustle bustle, lights, camera, लोग उसको यहाँ इस करके जा रहे, elbow लग रहा है, ये लग रहा है, कुछ नहीं सर, बैठे फोन वेट कर रहे, कुछ नहीं भाई, समझ नहीं आता है, ये इतने बड़े सुपरस्टार हैं. My mother was like that. She used to sit on the floor and eat with the lightman. इतने बड़े सुपरस्टार स्मिता पाटिल नीचे बैठ रहे, सबके साथ खाना खा रहे नीचे बैठ के. अमिताभ बच्चन गए ऐसे, तुम बैठते हो ऐसे नीचे सबके साथ, तो हम खराब दिखते हैं, क्योंकि हम नहीं करते तो हम खराब दिखेंगे, हमको भी करना पड़ेगा अभी. And she was बिंदास, चल जा, बैठने जाते थे. She literally was बिंदास. आप जाओ रहने, मैं खा रही.
Hello, everyone. This is Hesha, and welcome to the Headline and the Byline. Well, today I'm in conversation in this podcast with somebody who I was very intrigued to chat with, and I guess time's finally come where we can speak at length. Joining me for a conversation today is none other than Prateik Smita Patil. Hello, friend.
Hi, friend. Thanks for having me.
Listen, so happy to do this with you, and I have to say,
yes.
from the last time to now, also you're looking damn fit, man.
Really? Thank you.
Killing it.
Thank you.
And listen, congratulations on HIT. I mean,
Yes.
crazy, right?
Yes, crazy is the right word. Crazy film,
Yeah.
crazy character, and crazy audience response.
Insane. You know, I happened to interview Nani as well.
It's a lovely guy.
He's a sweet guy.
Sweetheart.
And we chatted, I think, about a week before the film released.
Okay, nice.
And-
Did he come?
Yeah,
He came to
he was
Bombay?
here, he was in
Oh,
Bombay,
nice.
and we had a great chat. And he's so honest about everything. Like, I loved the transparency. I loved the fact he addressed everything with like so much interest. And I was like, damn, you listen, man. Aap sunte ho.
Good listener.
Yeah.
Good guy. Film enthusiast.
Yeah.
Loves films. Yeah, he's a passionate, active producer. Active. Of course, he's acting. But yeah, it's good to be around passionate people and,
Yeah.
and like-minded people. I think काम अच्छा ही हो जाता है.
हाँ,
है ना?
एकदम. क्या conversation थी when you guys first met? Like, was there an icebreaker of sorts, or did you all just hit off?
I was a little shy, if I may, because I think it takes me time to open up and meet new people and open up and stuff. But he broke the ice. I think it was 4 in the morning, and I was half in my sleep, and we had to shoot a scene, and I was waiting till another shot was being done, and then they were ready for me, and I got up and I was ready, and then my director Sailesh was like, "Hey, our producer Nani is here to see you," and literally I turned, and he was so warm, and he was like, "Hey brother, welcome on board. We're so happy to have you."
Yeah.
And that was it. He broke the ice, and I think that was. Then it was all fun and games. We had fun conversations. We were very collaborative through our scenes. He's he's a smart man. He's a smart man. Got a good head on his shoulders. He's yeah. We got on very well. We got on so well, and I feel like on screen we had to absolutely hate each other, but when we called cut, we were just it's like a bunch of boys having fun, I guess.
Amazing.
Just chatting about life and yeah, I was I remember I complimented him about his journey, and he's a little older than me, but he has a son, a wife and a son, and so yeah, just generally just getting to know each other, and I think we're quite fond of each other, and yeah, I told him hopefully I'll get there soon with an offspring of my own.
Oh, well, on that front, congratulations. Now you and Priya are a married couple.
Yes, very much.
Wow. I've met her. She's a lovely girl.
She's a riot.
How's she adding to or probably subtracting to the madness that you bring to the table? Probably off screen, because camera pe to aapne bol diya, you're a little introvert, but I'm sure you're a fun guy.
I think she brings the best out of me. I think she brings the best. I think we bring the best out of each other.
Yeah.
It's
Do you all romanticize the moments of the past now that you're already married? Do you all ever discuss it, or like how it was when you all first met to how it is right
all
now?
all the time, all the time, yeah, all the time.
Sweet.
All the
Okay,
time.
but I have to ask you this. When you're probably with somebody in a relationship who also belongs to the same industry as yours, and I'm pretty much of the opinion that like attracts like. I don't believe opposites attract. Because मुझे लगता है थोड़ा fondness एक तरह की similarity होना जरूरी also.
जी.
It helps you. What value add then does a person being in the same industry as yours adds into you as a person in general, even professionally?
That's a very, very good question. I think there's advantages and disadvantages. The advantages are that you know the whole 9 yards. You know it the back of your hand.
Yeah.
We've been doing this for a couple of years, so we know the nitty-gritties. We know the good, the bad, the ugly. So I think that understanding definitely helps as compared to somebody who is not from the industry, who has things for the normal people. We are all normal people, but
I guess limited knowledge.
Limited knowledge, there you go. For people who are outside of the industry, I think there's a lot of things that brings shock value to the people outside the industry that are working in corporates and other kind of jobs. Infidelity is unheard. I mean, of course it's everywhere, but it's so much more unfortunately in the entertainment industry. Infidelity and just closeness with the opposite sex all the time.
Yeah.
It's just intimate moments with the opposite sex and erratic lifestyles. Erratic time. It's no fix. So it's a lot for people who don't know much.
Yeah.
So in that way, I guess it is definitely an advantage for your partner to know exactly what goes on in your professional life.
For sure.
But again, there's two sides of the spectrum. It can also be that could also lead to possessive. I mean, it could also, even if you're not from the industry, could lead. It could be even more. It's how you see it. Actually, it's how you how you understand each other and how you live a life together. I guess is more important.
It's also because the more you know, the more levels of insecurity sort of creep in as well.
Absolutely. So yeah, it's I guess people are just lucky. People just get lucky and when lasting marriages are so rare.
Yeah. Yeah.
And unfortunately, I have only seen broken marriages in my family and growing up, and
yeah.
so unfortunately, that's what I thought was normal, and I know now that it isn't.
Yeah.
After all these years, that's not normal.
Yeah. Can I ask you something from there? I want to understand, did your definition of sort of, let's say, emotional intimacies particularly change, evolve when you sort of overcame all the trauma that you probably dealt with, let's say, as a child, and then eventually also when you moved on from your first marriage? Did it change now after Priya coming in?
It's definitely changed. Yes,
Yeah.
definitely. I'm very fortunate that I have Priya to help me navigate through difficult emotions. And of course, we've all been through, we've all had a past and have had past relationships. And I've never felt like this before. I've never felt like I can genuinely lean on somebody without it's the first time I can lean on somebody without a doubt. There's always been doubts, and of course that's why we married. But yeah, this is the first time I feel so confident with life, and whatever life throws at me, I know I have her by my side, and she has me.
And a great run, yeah. 2025 been good so far.
So far, yeah.
Like,
so good.
I mean, I think what's amazing is that when you have like a career that's also simultaneously going well with your personal life,
Yes.
it's a add-on feeling.
Absolutely.
Like, you just sort of feel at a high. Like, मेरे साथ हमेशा उल्टा होता है. अगर career अच्छा चल रहा है तो relationship खड्डे में है. और अगर relationship बढ़िया चल रही है तो career, what words? Excuse me, what interviews? I'm chilling. I'm like, नहीं करना भाई, मुझे सिर्फ छुट्टी पे जाना है. But of course that's horrible, and we need to know
Balance is tough. Balance
yeah.
is difficult,
It's crazy.
and lucky are those who find it.
We'll find it. I know, touch
Absolutely.
wood
Touch wood,
for you. But
I mean, I won't say it's about 100% there, and it's all going to be
fab and all.
it's all going to be rainbows and butterflies for the rest of our lives. But definitely, I have more confidence. I'm more confident with her by my side.
Lovely.
Yes.
I'm going to remind you of something. This is बहुत पुराना. This is back, I think you were staying in Carter Road.
Yes.
And this is जाने तो या जाने ना just release हुई थी.
Yes.
And I'm a band rock
I'm back
myself.
at that Cut Road house, by the way.
Oh, you're back there.
Same house, yes,
Great.
yeah.
Okay, so let me remind you. Okay, so you used to be out there running, and I used to
Yeah.
also run a lot. Like,
Yeah.
अभी तो मैं कुछ नहीं कर रही थी. Just, I don't know,
I
figuring
was
life
running
out.
where? On
Like
Joggers Park?
jogging, yeah. Like
Joggers Park?
Yeah, like Joggers Park, run,
I-
walk, go back home. And
Yeah.
there are times when I have myself seen this, and this is, I don't know, 10, 12 years ago, where I've myself stopped you and been like,
Yeah.
hi Prateik, picture.
Yeah.
I was really trying hard to get a picture,
Yeah.
which of ours, we have a picture, but I couldn't find it.
Wow.
And you've been so kind and gracious. Even then, like, you were like this awkward guy, like, oh, meri photo, okay, cool, like, sweetly give
Sounds like me.
yeah, like, so what I was going to ask you was, because even back then I felt like that. I said, listen, this guy is like a child of legendary parents, yet living a simple Bandra boy life like any of my HR college, national college guy friends, भाग रहे हैं, जा रहे हैं, कर रहे हैं. तो मैं was like, इनकी तो लाइफ बड़ी नॉर्मल चलती है. Like, why are we glorifying it so much? Nepo kids, ये तो बहुत नॉर्मल चल रहा
I am
है.
extremely fortunate and grateful that I lived that life. I lived a simple life with my grandparents. I wasn't brought up as per se as a typical Bollywood star kid, overprotected, just glam everywhere, and थोड़ा बिगड़ जाते हैं.
हाँ,
बच्चे
आप काफी डिटैच थे उससे.
बिगड़ जाते हैं बच्चे. मुझे लेकिन प्रोटेक्ट किया गया. अलग तरीके का प्रोटेक्शन था. ओवर प्रोटेक्शन था from the big bad world, if I may, and people having opinions about me and my life and parents, and that was the kind of protection I got. But otherwise, it was a very, very humble middle class life I lived with my grandparents, and I'm extremely fortunate and grateful that's the life I lived, because I would have been a different guy. I would have been a different person. I wouldn't have the values I would have had today. I have today. I wouldn't have the same values. I wouldn't have the same respect for human beings. I wouldn't have the kind of compassion I do. I wouldn't have the kind of ability to sympathize and empathize. All of that came from my grandparents and my upbringing. All of it. And I am extremely, extremely forever indebted and extremely grateful and blessed.
Amazing.
क्योंकि क्या होता है ना, बॉलीवुड मैंने देखा है, but थोड़ा वो बबल हो जाता है. You grow up in a bubble, and which is fine.
Yeah.
You know, people also survive in the bubble, and they survive for years until the end, till you know, it's fine. But it is a bubble.
True.
And it can become a sort of a toxic bubble also.
True.
It can very easily become a toxic bubble, and people won't, and young kids especially coming up will not recognize it.
Yeah, you do get consumed. I mean, sadly, with what
Yes.
Babul's going through as well, it's the same thing. And I literally met him 2 weeks ago, and we've had a great chat.
I cried for him yesterday, man.
Oh, same.
I cried for the boy yesterday. I feel his pain.
Yeah.
I think I feel his pain. He's the son of a legend.
So are you.
That's why I feel his pain. He's a son, and it's not just any actor. It's a legend. He passed on at a very, very crucial stage in Babel's life.
Yeah.
He was a teenager, I believe. That is when you need your parents, especially when you've lived a life with them. Me, to chalo, I didn't live a life with them. To take it was just kind of
But that's a tough life too, right?
absolutely 100%.
You know,
absolutely.
why I'm saying this is because I'm touchwood blessed with my mom and my dad. I feel like their parents who did not raise me as a daughter, उन्होंने मुझे ऐसे पैदा किया जैसे कि मैं ह्यूमन हूँ. It doesn't matter लड़का लड़की क्या ये करना है. Yeah, like go for it, do it, Hesha, like kill it. You know, every time
Wow.
I feel.
Salute to your parents.
Thank you so much. I feel like someone's asking me, how are you so confident and how do you take on the world? How can you speak your mind? I said because I have my mom and my dad back home. You know.
That's it.
Yeah.
You have that. That is your strongest support system. Priya is the same, you know. She's the same. She's so lucky. Like you, very few people who have that.
Yeah.
You have a good parental foundation.
Right.
Very few people. यार आज तो हर दूसरी family में divorce हो रहा है.
True.
Priya had that. She was like, you know what? My parents growing up were my best friends. I
same.
told them everything.
Yeah.
And
How did you sort of fill that void then, growing up?
bad decisions, bad choices.
All of us. That's with me in relationships.
There was it was just different things I tried to fill the void. There's so many things I tried, you know. Just
A tattoo was one of them?
that was definitely one of them.
Yeah. I have 5 myself.
It's definitely one of them.
Yeah.
It's kind of a cathartic process,
Yeah.
if I may.
Yeah, I think even working out is one of them.
Absolutely.
Like, I would go on these endless jogs that never ended.
Oh my God.
You know, and I'm like, off or depressed, and thankfully not because of my parents, but probably because of some men.
Yeah. Men.
Men, oh great. But, I want to say...
Us men.
Ask men. But, I want to tell you this. Many years ago, I did an interview with Sushmita Sen. Yeah. And we had a great conversation about bracing your masculine side and your feminine side, irrespective of your gender.
Sure.
I'm all of a female, but I'm very much in touch with my masculine energy also. मतलब मैं अपने लिए फंड कर रही हूँ, भाई मैं लड़ सकती हूँ, मैं गाड़ी चला सकती हूँ, सब होता है. Yeah, हो सकता है, like हक से, But if I'm talking about you, I feel like being a guy that you are, like full alpha out there, everything given, you're also very much in touch with your feminine side.
Absolutely. And I've been raised by strong women.
Yeah, and the whole name change, fist bump.
Absolutely. Yeah. I had to embrace that name. It makes me, I'm complete. Now I'm complete.
Yeah.
Now I feel complete.
Yeah.
Now I feel complete. And the reason also, I was wondering why am I feeling the urge to do it? And then Priya and me were talking and she said, Prateik, you owe it to her.
Mm.
She gave her life for you.
Yeah.
You owe that.
Yeah.
You are her son, wholly and solely. You owe it to her. And I'm like, that hit different.
Yeah, it does.
That hit different. And I'm like, this is who I have to be.
Mm. How are you so much in touch with your feminine side then?
Like I said, I've been brought up by beautiful, strong, independent women. My grandmother, both my aunts, my cousin aunts, my mother's colleagues and friends also kept visiting all the time. I've grown up. I've been nurtured by strong women.
By strong women. Do you also have great female friends that have been like support systems in your life?
Yes. Unfortunately, though, we've kind of lost our way with each other. I think everyone kind of somehow, strangely fades away. But there are a few who have remained. Some school friends and college friends, and some new ones.
Nice.
Some new friends. Yeah.
And also then you have friends when you're married with your partner, and then you're balancing that group and the other group, and it's crazy.
But you know what? Strangely, everything has just fallen into place. We are so stuck by the hip, Priya and I. We want to do everything together. We literally want to do everything together. So we missed out on doing a bachelor. Because I was like, if I'm doing a bachelor, you're coming with me. And she's like, and I also self-invited myself. I'm like, if you're doing a girls thing, I'm coming with you.
It's a hen party.
So then we were going, acha saath mein hi kare dono, and then it just time chala gaya. So hopefully we plan it in the year at some point.
Hopefully we'll get an invite as well. Like, hi Prateik, we missed out on that, but let's come for this one.
So we're so stuck by the hip. We literally want to do everything together. So there's very rarely we'll have. She'll say, I'm going. The only time she's going on her girls' night is when her girls want to talk to her alone. She never wants to talk to her girls alone. She says, no, I'm okay. My husband sits on the side over here and do whatever. He'll be on the phone. We can talk.
So free. I can attest to that. It's insane.
So my husband will be in the corner. I'm
Oh my God, love it. But, I'm going to take it from there. I want to ask you this, Prateik. मैं बहुत ज़्यादा spiritual हूँ, तो ये...
So my Priya has taught me to be. I was always, because I had no choice because of mom. But I think I'm more in tune with my spiritual side because of Priya. She's extremely spiritual.
Yeah, that really helps when
extremely spiritual, extremely intuitive.
It happens.
Yeah.
So since you'll understand then my question, I feel they say that in spirituality, it's the child who chooses their parents.
Yes.
Always. We have this some sort of a soul contract that you sign with your parents, and you've been born to legendary parents yourself. And then you had a life which is damn different.
I chose this life.
Yeah, you chose this
We
life.
chose this life.
Right.
It was a battle I chose because, I don't know, if since we're talking about it,
Right.
Maybe, if you are aware of this information, that is, I chose this life, I chose this mother because I wanted these hardships. The reason I wanted these hardships was because I went through multiple lives and lifetimes
Yeah.
making mistakes.
Right.
It could be another life. This could be another life
Yeah.
where I chose I choose my parents. Rather, we don't choose our parents, we choose our mother.
Mother.
Could be another life. This could be the life where I chose my mother, and before coming here, we made a deal that, okay, we live this life together.
Yeah.
But the deal was, no, you die, I suffer. The deal was that you die, I suffer, I go through these hardships only because I don't want to come back here again, if
Yeah.
you know what I mean.
Yes, I do.
We don't want to do this again. So I feel like I'm clearing all my karma in this lifetime.
Yeah.
I chose a mother that would leave me. I chose the hardships that life has thrown at me. And because of this information, Hesha, because we now know, I'm sure
Yes.
I'm sure it's been a process for you to kind of arrive at this.
Absolutely.
At this beautiful stage in our lives where we have this perspective, you know. And I think the reason why I chose this is because I didn't want to come back. I wanted to finish everything.
Yeah.
सब सारे इंतहाम इस जन्म में दे दो.
Yeah.
दे दो इसी जन्म में, क्योंकि अगले जन्म वापस नहीं आना. अगले जन्म मुझे माँ के साथ पार्टी करना है. मुझे माँ नाना नानी के साथ पार्टी करना है. और तब मैं मेरे बेबीज को भी मिलूंगा ऊपर. मेरे बेबीज मेरे लिए वेट करेंगे, माँ वेट कर रही है, नाना नानी वेट कर रही है. और इस जन्म के बाद हम सब घूमते रहेंगे,
Yeah.
भटकते रहेंगे, पार्टी करते रहेंगे.
Love it.
But you know what? I know. Since you mentioned it, I know what you mean.
Yeah,
I
yeah.
know what I know you know what I mean.
Yep, I absolutely do, because irrespective of what I feel, हम लोग ना ऐसे लोग हैं जो कभी wounds या traumas, especially जो parents से आते हैं ना, उनके बारे में बात करने के लिए comfortable नहीं होते, because you feel like you're getting shamed. How can you call out on your mother for
Yeah.
this behavior? Like, I'll share this with you since you shared as well. I have an issue. I'm very territorial when it comes to physical intimacy.
Okay.
क्योंकि बचपन में मेरी मम्मी का tough love था. Like, she would not, like, even if I would fall, she'd like, get up, you can do this better. She would not come and be like, oh my God, Hesha, like,
Yeah.
none of
So
that.
if people do that to you, you're
Yeah, I'm suddenly like, oh my God, like I'm very territorial. So that affected my relationships. And that's how I got into spirituality, only to understand the deeper layers of my life. And now I tell my mother, I said, listen, I'm all of 34, but come and kiss me on my forehead every single morning.
That's amazing.
And she's just like, what's up with you, Hesha? And I said, ये आपको नहीं समझ आएगा because आप कोई healing कर नहीं रहे हो, मैं कर रही हूँ.
क्या बात है.
So I get it. That's the journey that we're all on.
We're all on this journey, yeah. We chose our moms, we chose this life.
And the partners and everything else that we're currently doing.
Yep,
But
yep.
on a good note,
Yes.
you know, Prateik, I feel as a journalist, it's my job to do a research before every interview.
Sure.
And I was really all the way back reading about Prateik. And, you know, there's a transition from Prateik Babbar to like Prateik Smita Patil.
So let me tell you first. Since you mentioned it.
Yeah.
I was born Prateik. There was, I'm going to just touch it on just
Please.
very, very quickly. I was born Prateik. There was a custody battle for me from my mother's side of the family and my father's side of the family. My mother's side won. And there was still back and forth. Surname kya hona chahiye? Finally, passport mein Prateik Smita Patil. It wasn't even Smita. तो Smita Patil था. And growing up, I was Prateik Smita Patil. अब जब मैं स्कूल गया, प्रतीक स्मिथ बबर, लोगों को लगा मैं क्रिश्चियन हूँ, क्योंकि प्रतीक स्मिथ क्यों स्मिथ, तो बबर या भाड़ में सब मेरे को स्कूल में स्मिथ बुलाते थे. स्मिथ हो गया था मैं, स्मिथ कैथलिक हो गया था मैं.
Wow.
ठीक है, मैं स्कूल में कैथलिक बन गया था. स्मिथ. Then finally that has happened. I'm out of school. I'm in college. I'm no longer Smith. Then I've suddenly, then I started recognizing my trauma and my, finally when you're older. Then I was Prateik Smita Patil for a little bit, and then rehab happened. जो भी college वगैरह वगैरह हुआ. फिल्म पहली फिल्म आई, उसमें नाम जाने तुम्हें प्रतीक बब्बर था. And then again, the devil got the better of me, and I started thinking of कौन है माँ, कौन है बाप. And then, so it was always kind of okay, this is who I am, it is what it is. But then once I started thinking about it, I'm like, this is not who I want to be.
Yeah.
I don't want to be Patil. I don't want to be Babbar. I want to be just Prateik. If you realize, for a few films, I was only Prateik.
Correct.
Because I was bitter about my parents.
Also, I feel you were discovering.
I was discovering. I was also bitter about my parents. I'm like, I don't want to belong to them.
Yeah.
I don't want to. They've only given me trauma my entire life. I don't want to belong to them. And then I continued with Prateik. Now what happened was, then I slipped back into substance and alcohol abuse and all of that. Then I stopped working. I believe, if I remember correctly, I stopped working for a couple of years, and then my grandmother died. And then my grandfather died. And there was a slump in between where I was not doing films. Once my grandparents passed away, I felt a void. I felt like I have nobody. Even though my aunt was there, but the aunts were there, but they were kind of just, they have their own lives, their own families, they have their own children. I started reaching out to my father. That's when I felt the need to, because I felt vulnerable. I needed to latch on to someone who's family.
Yeah.
That's when Prateik Babbar happened again. That's where Prateik Babbar came back, because I'm like, okay, my father and I are okay, and it's fine. I take his name. That played out for a couple of years, a couple of films. What happened very recently, about just a year and a half, I started talking about my mother a lot, just generally. Priya was also started getting inquisitive, and just my parents' relationship, and she started getting inquisitive. We started talking about it a lot. And I felt like, and I really started respecting, finally accepting and embracing who she was, and respecting and forgiving, and and then then I started feeling incomplete without her name. You know what I mean? Then I'm like, okay, then abhi Patil add kar dete, chalo, Prateik Patil Babbar. And then I think it played out for a year, if I'm not mistaken, year and a half. And then closer to the wedding, I think, again, it was just lots of conversations between Priya and I, and the past and my parents' relationship and the turmoil that they went through. It's all there. It's all in. It's nothing to hide.
Yeah.
It's all in the press. It was 38 years ago. Lots of things were printed, and divine timing, if I may.
Yep.
If I may. Again, we started talking about it, and then I felt like she gave her life for me.
Yeah.
I need to embrace her 100% wholly and solely. She will complete me. And now I feel complete. Now it is Prateik Smita Patil. Now I feel complete.
And
it's not about, it was never, maybe earlier it was chalo mujhe babbar nahi chahiye. It's not, abhi nahi hai. It's not like मैंने babbar छोड़ दिया. मैंने सिर्फ माँ का नाम आजमाया.
Yeah.
I have only embraced her identity fully for me.
Yeah.
That's it. I haven't dropped any. It's just,
It's what you connect with the
I
most
belong.
at this given point in
Absolutely.
time.
Absolutely.
You know, I have to pay you a compliment and say this. इस industry में जहाँ पे हम सब एक image building, एक PR strategy, always being the perfect person, saying the right things and being diplomatic.
Sure.
ठीक है, होता भी है.
It's a job.
It's a job. It's a
Yeah.
great job.
Sure.
Also because you'll have that responsibility, right? With fame comes a lot of responsibility as well.
Sure.
Listen, kudos, yeah, for always speaking your mind and not being worried about कि लोग क्या बोलेंगे. It takes a
Thank you.
secure human, यार. And वो journey होती है. वो आसान से लगता है कि I'm damn secure in life. No, bro, we go through our shit
Absolutely. Absolutely.
Okay,
Absolutely.
tell me, how are you now? Like, where are you on that graph of being secure and insecure with your own self as Prateik himself?
I'm getting there. I'm secure. I won't say I'm completely healed. I'll be lying if I say I'm completely healed. I'm not. It's a work in progress every day. But I'm very fortunate to have Priya by my side.
Yeah.
She gives me power. She empowers me. I hope I empower her, but she definitely empowers me.
Are you better with moments of self-doubt now when that happens?
Yes.
And then do you talk to yourself? Like, are there conversations that you have with yourself as well?
Absolutely.
And what are those like?
Absolutely. I think about who I was 10, 15 years ago.
Yeah.
And I think about the journey and the graph and the adversities I've overcome. And yeah, it gives me hope, gives me the strength that I need to make informed decisions. And yeah, we know what not to do.
Yeah. We know what not to do.
for after इतने साल जिया है, I feel like हम लोग 20s में, teens और 20s में हम लोग इतने कांड करते हैं, हम लोग की जिंदगी में इतने कांड हो जाते हैं कि 30s में हमको पता होता है कि क्या नहीं करना है भाई. जिंदगी में आगे बढ़ने के लिए क्या नहीं करना चाहिए हमको पता.
सबको पता है.
सबको पता होता है.
But you know, मुझे ये भी जानना है आपसे, like when I'm talking about your work also specifically, I've not read Prateik getting bad reviews for performances. You know?
नहीं यार, पढ़े यार मैंने.
इतने नहीं पढ़े हैं, चप्पल नहीं पढ़ी है. यहाँ पे लोगों को कुछ भी कर लो, you're like, ये क्या वो क्या, वो भी हो जाता है, ठीक है? So I feel it's a mixed, healthy balance.
Sure.
The choices
Sure.
that probably could be put down, but it's
Sure.
not like he's a horrible actor. We're not
Sure.
giving him work, you know, which is great.
Which is great.
But I feel like when we're on a path of self-discovery, जब हम खुद को ढूंढ रहे होते हैं, हम बहुत सारा सेल्फ सैबोटाज भी करते हैं उस प्रोसेस में.
बिल्कुल.
ये होता है, मेरे साथ भी हुआ है, I'm sure बहुत सारे लोगों के साथ हुआ है. That journey of self-sabotage, do you believe in it? लगता है खुद ना कुछ खुद भी किया है. When you were taking a break and then you had a 2018 comeback and crazy.
As in, do I give myself credit?
Sort of both. You also like sort of not credit yourself for certain things, and वो doubt हो जाता है, self doubt हो जाता है, self sabotage होता है, फिर आपको लगता है कि नहीं चाहिए ये सब.
Definitely self sabotage happened. Definitely happened. But in retrospect, when I think about it, I can only give myself credit, and myself only. No one told me to think about changing. People tried for years. I didn't listen. Once it came from अंदर से जो आवाज आई, फिर वो.
हाँ.
Then I acted upon it.
Yeah.
But definitely, yes, we all have those phases. I went through it. I hated the person in the mirror for the longest time. I won't say I'm obsessed with the person in the mirror now, but I'm not obsessed. I'm obsessed with my wife.
Good one.
Obsessed with my wife and dogs, my children, our Nepo kids. But
You're better now.
I'm better.
Yeah.
I enjoy that person in the mirror.
Lovely.
Enjoy looking at him. Not crazy about him. I don't mind him though. I think it's an interesting change. Yes.
Have you found your purpose in life?
100%.
Yeah?
1000%.
Give me like one or two things that you really know.
1000%. My purpose is to be a good man. My purpose is to be a good man. Spread love. Also, our purpose and your purpose, if we talk spirituality, nothing else matters.
Yeah.
Nothing else matters.
Yeah. Nothing else
Being
matters.
good and giving love. That's all that matters.
Yeah, that's the one thing that I always tell myself. My mom asked me, "You're all 34, you don't want to get married." I said, "I need a kind man. You find me a kind man, and that's it. Then I get married. I don't care about anything."
He's there.
else."
He's there.
Yeah.
He's coming. He's coming.
Yeah,
Yes.
yeah,
I believe it. I believe it. He's coming.
Yeah,
He's coming.
everybody's evolving, just like you and me together.
Absolutely.
Waiting for that evolution too. But listen, you know, on a fun and a nice note, I also want to understand you've worked with some really big names. Okay, I have some names written here. Sharing screen space with Amitabh Bachchan.
Wow.
Right?
Yes.
There's Rana Dagubat.
Yes.
Right?
We love each other.
There's Rajnikant. Like, Deepika Padukone.
Yes.
Like, what are we talking? And now we've got Nani, of course.
Yes,
And then,
yes.
like, that's what I said. Like, काम
Yes.
तो किया है. Like, there's
बिल्कुल,
nothing.
बिल्कुल.
तो
और काम होते रहेगा.
काम तो होते रहेगा. And you've made an identity. But like, let's say from the names that I have taken, अगर आप इन लोगों को observe करते हो, आप इनके vicinity में रहे हो, आपने काम किया है. When you look up to these people as Prateik, and I believe you're an observer, आप करते हैं observe. Maybe you don't talk much,
I
but
am. I am always observing.
really observing.
Acting is observing.
Yeah, it is.
Acting is observing.
Tell me a
That's
thing
our
or
job.
two that you like observed and picked from them, जो nuance आपके साथ रह गया in a good way, like a takeaway. Let's start with, let's say, Amitabh Bachchan. One thing.
Extremely professional. Thorough. I mean, I've only worked with him once. But the other times I've seen him around at events or watched him give a speech on stage, and extremely professional, extremely charming.
Yeah.
And helpful.
Yeah.
Extremely helpful.
Right. And then from the other names, what do you feel you've picked one thing, or that you observed that you felt like, wow, that's a great quality to possess? Like
Nani,
Nani.
amazing family man.
Okay.
Good family man. Inspiring family man. Really, really good guy. Nani is. Deepika, we didn't interact much, but it was just fun and games with, you know. It was always Mr. Saif Ali Khan, Deepika, and myself hanging out and just, you know, playing the fool. And if you know Mr. Saif Ali Khan, you know he's
The funny man.
it's hard for him to not play to not make light of any situation. He's a funny man.
Yeah, he is.
He's a very funny man.
Yeah, and then there's Rajnikant.
Oh my God! I'll tell you, Rajnikant, I was petrified because I was so starstruck. Because everyone was so starstruck, you know. And with Amit ji, to chalo. Amit ji, to, I mean, of course, you're also starstruck. But then,
वो घर लगता है ना क्योंकि बॉलीवुड है.
हाँ, or you know, it's different because Bachchan's son knew my mom, and he was just, I've seen him growing up, you know, and
Yeah.
ये अलग था यार. ये जैसे कोई भगवान आ गया.
Yeah.
है ना? Literally, but he is कुछ नहीं भाई. There's no air, no nothing. I was on set. We were on set shooting a jail scene, and my scene was first, a quick scene, and then we had to shoot with Rajni sir. Person like Mr. Rajnikant would wait in his big fancy van and wait for an AD or somebody to call him. This great man,
Wow.
sitting on a plastic chair,
Wow.
in between all the hustle bustle, lights, camera, लोग उसको यहाँ इस करके जा रहे, elbow लग रहा है, ये लग रहा है, कुछ नहीं सर, बैठे हैं, फोन दिख रहे, वेट कर रहे, एक आदमी साइड में, कुछ नहीं भाई, समझ नहीं आता है, ये इतने बड़े सुपरस्टार हैं. Literally, I'm like, रजनी सर कहाँ है, देखिए क्या, रजनी सर तो वहाँ है, हमने हैं, ये तो मेरे पीछे ही थी कब से. Literally, he doesn't, and we finished our scene, And I finished my scene, and then next week we're shooting together. Big smile on his face. He's got a little naughty twinkle in his eye always. And that's it.
It's amazing.
Ready? Come on, let's go. I'm like, wow, that's a quality to have. That's
a beautiful quality.
humility,
Yeah.
absolutely.
Yeah.
Unfazed by who you are and what you've achieved. And
Even the way you're describing it, you have a twinkle.
my mother was like that. My mother was like that. She used to sit on the floor and eat with the lightmen. Yeah, this was a story while Shakti was happening with Mr. Bachchan. ब्रेक में उन्होंने घर से खाना लेके आए थे, बड़ा टिफिन लेके आए थे, बैठ गए नीचे सबके साथ, नीचे ऐसे चटाई लगाई, बैठ गए. इतने बड़े सुपरस्टार स्मिता पाटिल नीचे बैठ रहे, सबके साथ खाना खा रहे नीचे बैठ के. अमिताभ बच्चन गए ऐसे. I know this story. This is a story I've always remembered. He called her to the side. He's like, listen, you're screwing it up for people like us. तुम बैठते हो ऐसे नीचे सबके साथ तो हम खराब दिखते हैं, क्योंकि हम नहीं करते तो हम खराब दिखेंगे, हमको भी करना पड़ेगा अभी. हम बुरे लग रहे हैं आपकी वजह से. And she was बिंदास, चल जा वैन में जाते रहे. So literally he was बिंदास. आप जाओ वैन में, मैं खा रही हूँ. That's who she was.
Papa was a huge fan of your mom.
Really?
Yeah, he was a film distributor as well. I don't talk about it.
My love.
And yeah, he was a huge fan of your mom. And he's always had nice things to say because he's hovered around on some of the sets. So I know.
Wow.
Yeah, it's crazy.
Wow, what a small world.
Yeah, it's a small world. I know. Life comes a full circle through me. He sees his vision through me right now. So it's crazy.
Wow.
When he sees me talk, so it's insane. I can keep on talking to you.
I can too. I'm enjoying these conversations.
I know, this is so much fun, but I know we're all on a clock, and but to just something.
The clock of life.
The clock of life. It's crazy. But 2 questions before you go.
Yes.
You know, tell me, was there ever a moment जब आपको लगा मुझे ये सब छोड़ना है? Because of the fame aspect of it, the eyeball aspect of it, and the clutter aspect of it. Not because
As in acting छोड़नी है.
हाँ, बस सब छोड़ना है, कुछ और ही करना है. पहाड़ों में चला जाऊंगा मैं, लेकिन ये नहीं.
बहुत बार और गया भी हूँ मैं.
But अब नहीं ना.
अब नहीं, बिल्कुल नहीं, अब नहीं. अब कॉलिंग ही अलग है अब. अलग चीजें, एनर्जीज बुला रही है मुझे. उस वक्त अलग था, इस अभी अलग है.
What are some of your projects now that you can talk about? HIT तो अभी hit ही हो गई, उनके तो नाम में ही hit है.
Hit ही हो गई. We start filming 4 more shots in a week. Season 4, which means it's a bloody hit. Sure.
Listen, we love it. Ask me.
Fingers crossed that we keep shooting.
Yes.
And we have many more seasons. I can speak about it. I think I can speak about it. It's not that big a deal, but I won't disclose too much about it.
Sure.
I'm doing a very cute children's film with Mr. Jackie Shroff.
Oh my God, I love Jackie Shroff.
I love him.
You guys will be so cute together.
Although we are opposite.
Oh, okay.
I am the villain and he is the hero. And it's a children's film.
Oh.
And it's super cute. And I don't want to say much because it's literally the tip of my tongue and I'm dying to say it, but I won't, because if I say it, then वो पूरा वो समझ आएगा वो क्या है.
चलो ठीक है, हम नहीं prove करेंगे.
और क्या, और कुछ क्या करें?
चलो अगर
और नहीं और भी, लेकिन that stuff I can't speak about. But these are 2 things I can speak about.
Nice, that's great. Listen, it'll be fun to watch. Also, it's the era of the antagonist. मजा आ रहा है देख के.
Absolutely.
So it's great that you're killing in that space as well.
I'm loving it. I'm loving the space. I'm getting a lot of creative.
The bubblies.
I'm getting a lot of lots of room for creativity.
Fab.
Lots and lots of room, yes.
If this was sometime 10 p.m., I would have said, Prateik, 4 more shots, please. But at this time, it's 5, but we'll take it a wrap. But Prateik, thank you so much, man. It was such a lovely conversation
Always
with you.
Always a pleasure.
Yeah, same. And
Always
next time, I'm probably going to be like,
I-
"Ko 2-3 घंटा दे दो भाई, हम बात करते ही रहेंगे."
I look forward to it.
Me too. Thank you so much to everybody watching. Thank you so much for watching.
Thank you.
Do like, share, and subscribe to Varinder Chawla. Thank you.